here's my point. I mean, I always looked at myself as somebody coming from the other end of the world, but coming here because I like the way things are done in America. I'm looking to join the American team. I'm looking to assimilate to American society and live by the constitutional structure set up by the American founders, whom I admire. And it would seem to me that is a kind of model for what immigration should be. Bring people who want to join the club that you've set up and want to be members of that club. But would you agree that this sort of diversity rhetoric seems to imply that, gee, if we get people who are not like us, don't like our culture, want to change it, that is a whole different idea of what America should be in the future? And it seems like the people who advocate that do want to change the complexion, not just the complexion and the physical complexion, the cultural and ideological complexion of America.
They really do. They're wanting to try to change our culture and our way of life. And when I talk to people out in the community, I always remind them that, the forefathers gave us 4 cornerstones. And one of those cornerstones was being a patriot, being a strong, loyal citizen. And when you come in and say, well, we want to do it like such and such country does it, or we're going to change it and disregard what American culture is, we're doing it this way, and you people should come alongside of us instead of us alongside of you. I think that's a horrific experiment that is going to cause long-term issues and it's going to affect our freedoms and our liberties of the future.
I mean, when I look at other countries, when I travel, you go to countries like, let's say, Japan, for example, and it's a very different culture. I'm not sure I would want to live in Japan. But nevertheless, I say to myself, this is a strong and kind of ancient culture, and they've got their own traditions and they live by them. So I think to myself, why on earth would I want to go over there and change the place? I mean, by what right would I go to Japan and tell the Japanese to stop being Japanese? Hey, guess what? You need a lot of people who come from El Salvador and India to make you better. I think they would look at me like I was out of my mind. So it seems like we have been infected perhaps by a way of thinking, and nobody else in the world thinks this way. Everybody else thinks, hey, listen, we've got a country. We have every right to protect it. We have every right to keep it the way we want. Sure, we admit some new members, but they got to come on our terms.